Howdy, my name is Sebastian. Today I will be presenting you a presentation about the awareness and prevention of HPV. In this video, we will cover the basics of HPV, the understanding of HPV on a cellular level, the impact they have on one's health, and the types of cancer that they produce, and the ways you can prevent HPV. So what is HPV? HPV is also known as human papillomavirus and is a common virus transmitted through skin-to-skin contact with an infected area of the skin or mucous membrane, such as cuts, wounds, mouth, lips, anus, and genitals. The HPV virus is a small double-stranded DNA that is surrounded by an isocohesion capsid, which are composed of two structural proteins. The proteins bind with a specific receptor on the host cell's surface. First, the capsid proteins of the virus bind with a specific receptor on the surface of a host cell. The process of endocytosis is then triggered, which brings the virus into the cell in an enclosed structure called an endosome. Inside the endosome, the virus is disassembled. The virus then travels through the Golgi network, and the virus's genome enters the cell's nucleus with the help of a host cell's machinery. The virus's DNA is transcribed into mRNAs, which are translated into proteins and by ribosomes into cytosol. After this process, copies of the virus's DNA genomes are made. Viral genomes and proteins are assembled into new viruses inside the nucleus. The new viruses are released during the shedding of a host cell, which is when the cell naturally dies and breaks apart. There are more than 100 strands of the HPV virus, in which many of them are asymptomatic, but can still be spread to people. Some of 16 to 18 strands cause 70% of cervical cancers and precancerous lesions. And the scary part is that almost anyone can get these cancers at some point in their lives. Most of these cancers include head, neck, throat, and genital cancers, most particularly cervical cancer. DNA mutations occur within the cervix, causing the cell to grow too fast and form a tumor. These cells can spread into other parts of the body. Most often you will know when you have cancer until it is too late. Most treatments for cancer include surgery, radiotherapy, and chemotherapy. Not only can cancer occur in the cervix, but in the vulva, vagina, anus, oropharynx, and penis. But the good news is that all of this can be avoided through the HPV vaccine. The HPV vaccine is an inactive vaccine that contains 7 different oncogenic HPV types. The HPV vaccine can prevent more than 90% of most cervical cancers, and the CDC recommends for kids to take the vaccine between the ages of 9 to 12. 2 rounds separated between a 12-month period is needed if the vaccine is needed to build up the antibodies and better fight off the virus. The more people that get vaccinated, the less likely people are going to get infected. This is what is known as herd immunity. Regular screening is also recommended for women between the ages of 21 to 65 for early detection. Remember, the earlier the better. Simple things such as a healthy diet and exercise, as well as protection during sexual activities such as condoms and contraceptives, can also be a great way to prevent the transmission of HPV. This has been a brief overview of what HPV is and how it works in our bodies. Remember to always be aware of the potential risk and understand the effects of HPV. Thank you for staying all the way to the end of the video, and remember to #SaveTheCervix.